already in a path of always upskilling in the new tech. So probably in the next few years I'll be in AI. But getting deeper into that conversation is I also have a startup in Web3. The startup is leveraging blockchain technology. And this is one of the reasons I actually went into now the certification part of it. And I want to understand the architecture, the difference. There are things called consensus algorithms. And these are what makes blockchain different. That's why there's Ethereum, there's Bitcoin, there's maybe Cardano, you know. It's just the consensus algorithm. It goes way beyond cryptocurrencies and whatnot. So I wanted to have this understanding as I build my startup. It's called GFC Wallet. You can check it up on Twitter. Yeah, that was actually the main motivation behind that.
Okay. Anyone with any question for Munene up to there? Anyone with any question for Munene? Or maybe you have been hearing about rumors about blockchain, some things you don't understand about blockchain. Munene is here. Yes, Solomon.
Hey, Evans, thank you for the chance, and we're really glad to have you, Mr. Munene, join us today. I'm really inspired by your journey. Just saying you pursue something in campus, but then end up doing another thing. Like, I always find such kind of people to be so inspiring to me. That means you're doing what you like. So, but now I heard you mention something like Web3. You know, I've heard that name before, but I'm still not sure what it means. Like, if you could touch on it and maybe elaborate what's the difference between Web3 and what kind of web are we using. Like, I'm just not. It's the first time actually, to be honest, I'm hearing someone speak of that word Web3. So maybe we could elaborate on it a bit. In a position now to go as we go along and through the rest of the picture.
Thank you, Solomon. And I'd say I always get this a lot. Let's understand this. What we have right now is called Web 2, the current web. So in the current web, our interactions are built on social media. It's websites. It's gaming. There's a bit of gaming into it. Okay. So the interactions that we have are me texting someone, me video calling someone, me having a call to someone. Okay. So that is Web 2, what we have right now. So Web 3 is now the next generation of this tech. Okay. So it's enhanced interaction, enhanced features. You know, give it, for example, social media. On Facebook or Instagram, what I do is I text someone or inbox someone or we go on video call, right? So on Web3, I'll be able to maybe step into the metaverse with my AI enabled glasses or whatever it is. Then I am able to meet this person in a virtual world. Okay. So these are some of the extreme, let me call them extreme capabilities that the Web3 has in terms of potential. Okay, and that's just one example. So if we want to differentiate Web3 and Web2 is Web3 is applications that are built on the blockchain, right? Web2 is applications that are built on the internet system. Okay, so what is the difference between an application built on the blockchain and an application built on the current web, right? So that could be now shaping your thought process into understanding what exactly Web3 is and the difference between Web3 and Web2. Okay, so the applications in the Web3 space are called decentralized applications. Okay, Applications in the Web 2 are called centralized applications. So, for instance, the bank has all your details, and those details are stored somewhere. Okay, maybe they could have servers in UK and US, but the bottom line is they have stored your data somewhere specific, right? So, if I need to access Solomon's data, you know, what I need to do is log into the server or the database where they have stored the information. Okay, and that centralized, that is what we have in the Web 2. Every company is storing that information somewhere. With the Web 3, nobody is storing this information anywhere for you. Okay, you have complete custodial rights over everything you have on the internet, on the Web3 internet. Okay, so how do you now interact if you are not logging in, if you are not providing your name, and the bank will ask for your photos and things like that. So in the Web3, what you do is you have a wallet. So a wallet in the Web3 is not like a wallet in the Web. A wallet in the Web3 is identity. Is your identity. That is what your ID is, right? So the wallet, maybe it's a MetaMask. Maybe that's a word which is a bit common. The MetaMask wallet. When you download the MetaMask wallet into your phone or your PC, then you create the account. You'll be given some keys. I know this is also something popular. People talking about I don't know what which are keys, key phrase, something like that. So the key phrase is your access to the blockchain. It's not actually a wallet like my Equity bank account wallet. Okay, so these keys are my identity in the blockchain, and these keys are what we call the cryptocurrencies, the NFTs, the identity I have, my name, my personal details, whatever I share in the blockchain. The keys will make sure that data is secure, because I'm the only one who has the keys. Okay, so that is the part of getting into accessing the Web3 and how it is different from Web2 so far. Okay, so I'll tell further. So now I've created an identity in Web3. How is it? How do I? How is it I experience different? Maybe for Instagram, maybe for gaming, and this is now probably where we are in terms of development. Um, the next phase is now the decentralized application. So once you have the wallet, you go into a website, and the Web3 authentication part of the website will prompt your wallet to log into that website. Okay, I know it might be very new, but the same thing you do when you go to Facebook login, when you go to your bank account, maybe it's Equity app. So you go there, they'll ask you for if you're not authenticated, you have to authenticate your account first. Okay. Then after that, they'll ask for the login password that you provided. If you're already authenticated, they'll ask you for a PIN. Every time you try to get into the app, you can't just go direct. There's that PIN. Okay. On the side of Web3, this is not the experience. The experience is I'll come on that website. For example, you can if you have multiple screens, you can check it out. Pancakeswap.com. That's a DeFi website. So when I go to this website, what will happen is I will be prompted to connect my wallet, and the authentication will start will give me a screen with some options of wallet. So I'll find MetaMask there, which is the wallet we are using for example. So I'll authenticate my MetaMask to this pancakeswap.com website, right? So then I come and do whatever I'm doing on PancakeSwap, then de-authenticate my wallet, de-authenticate my identity, de-authenticate maybe my personal details that I used on this website. For example, when you are shipping, you'll be asked for your address, you'll be asked for your phone number, very, very specific details, and you always leave them on the website. Okay, so in this sense, the Web3 sense, we will not leave them on the website. When I disauthenticate, when I check from the website, I leave with all my details. So those are some of the foundations of the thought process around Web3 and Web2. We can keep going a step further, but let's open it up a little bit more. Thank you so much for the question.
Okay, I think Solomon, you have been answered.
Yes, I have been answered. I'm really happy that answer. Actually, now I know it's more of the way Bitcoin works, but now this time you have wallet. I think I get the concept. Just to top that with my final question, let's say I'm a developer, like which language do I need to understand to build application that works with Web3?
Okay, thank you, Solomon. I think I'll also say something about cryptocurrency. I feel it's also a bit important at this point. I think people, when coming into the Web3 or the blockchain space, the new people who are coming in should understand that you will never take the coins away from the blockchain. Okay, so whenever you say you are selling your Bitcoin, you are selling your crypto, you are not actually selling them, you are transferring the ownership. And this is a word you hear a lot when maybe the adoption takes a little bit more through the years. So you can never take anything away from the blockchain. It will always be there. Okay, and the cryptocurrencies are part of the blockchain, but they are not essentially required. Let me use the word required. Okay, you can use the power of the blockchain without the need for the giving away the cryptos. You can just build on the blockchain without the need for having cryptocurrency in your system, in your software. And the reason why there is a lot of cryptocurrencies is it's an incentivization kind of marketing strategy, if I would call it that, that every company pivots onto, right? So, for example, a platform, I've been in the space for quite a bit. So I've seen platforms that started without cryptocurrencies, but along the way, there was that need, to bring the cryptocurrency in. The first step of a cryptocurrency into the market is through a public offering, what they call an airdrop, or a pre-sale, as for the investors. So you are told, give me this Ethereum coin, and after 6 months, I'm going to give you 3 times value in the coin that I have brought into the market. Okay, so those are the kind of deals that happen around that. And if we really understand that cryptocurrencies are just incentive-based part of the blockchain system, I think developers will be able to understand that you can leverage the technology itself first before you start thinking about the cryptocurrency. Okay, So I wanted to make that clear before we get into the development part. Let me start by saying there are quite a few fields you can start by looking into it. If you want to get into the space as a developer. There's smart contract engineer, there's the blockchain architect, there's token economics. Now that's the crypto part. Whenever you launch the crypto, you need someone who is good with statistics and finance. So it's called tokenomics in Web3. So you need people like those for projects. So as a developer, you can position yourself for that as well. So that would be data analytics, something around that. And quite many. I might not remember all of the fields that you can get into right now. But uh, if we are talking about the languages that everyone knows, Python, that web, apart from the blockchain oriented languages, I think you need to have good knowledge with Python so that you're able to write Python scripts. So for Python scripts, you can easily integrate them with smart contracts. But if you want to build smart contracts, you have heard about ERC20 tokens, ERC21. There's the meme coins which are under ERC2, 333, if I'm not wrong. And that's the protocol ERC. So the ERC is already a tested template for the smart contract. So when I'm building on top of Ethereum, that's the ERC20 protocol. That's where you find smart contracts. Smart contracts are not on Bitcoin. Smart contracts are only on Ethereum. Okay, let's get that correct. Unless Bitcoin has a very very dope update, and the Bitcoin Lightning Network might give us that platform to build smart contracts, but not yet. We have not seen it, and I don't think it's coming anytime soon because Ethereum is already there, and people are coming on board, corporations are coming on board. So smart contracts are only on the Ethereum network, and how you build smart contracts is not from scratch because one, security in the Web3 or the blockchain ecosystem is very key. So nobody wants to test their own smart contract from scratch when it comes to the crypto protocol, the token economy, the DeFi, the decentralized finance part of it. So what you do is you take the template. You must take the template that is provided, and the paramount reason being the security aspect of it, right? So with that template is what you will tweak, you will curate for your business model for the type of smart contract you need. So I know this might sound a bit complex, but it is very very easy. It is very very easy. You can check out Truffle, a website called Truffle. You can check out Red Hat. Basically, for VS Code, those who use VS Code, you can get Remix, Ethereum Remix. Just go to the website and download that, integrate it into your VS Code. That's where you can now start playing around with the smart contracts. Along the way, you'll need to have MetaMask. With MetaMask, you'll be able to use the test tokens to to authenticate, your VS Code with the MetaMask wallet with some, let me call them just fake tokens. I don't have another word currently, but just you can just create some fake tokens, to test the platform, to send to another wallet, send to a few addresses, and just to test your capabilities with the smart contract. So you can check out those three websites if you want to start delving into it, and with time, you get a deeper understanding. It's just a lot of Python and agreements. Yeah. So so I think building smart contracts is also a bit different because it's the business model. Okay. So for websites, if you are looking to build websites in the Web3 space, that is the easiest thing. If you're already building websites in the Web2 space, I think the only thing you need to do is that script that converts, that makes your website be able to be logged in with a wallet, right? Remember we said the identity wallet. So getting MetaMask to log into your wallet. So in your website, I expect a button like Connect Wallet. When I click there, you have the APIs, uh, with companies like from companies like MetaMask. You can test any other small company. Everything is open source. So yeah, and once I click there, I'm able to, if I've downloaded the wallet on my browser, I am able to authenticate that and test my test token. Okay, so there's no actual language when it comes to websites. You just need to build the website, then find that way to implement the authentication with Web3 wallet. So if you are using JS, I think there's a package called Web3.js. You can check it out. Yeah, try a few things around it. With I don't know if there's someone using that in our audience, but also Web3.js can be used in that with Flutter. So yeah, you can start there. I think that's the best package for Web3 to help you do the authentication. Okay, you can move forward.
Okay, anyone else maybe with a question or would like to know more about blockchain? The session is open. Also, you can contribute from what you have heard or from what you the research you have done. You can also contribute as usual as whatever we do in our sessions. Anyone else with any question, you can just raise up your hand or you can just directly unmute yourself. No, anything else to add? Yes, Cindy.
So my question is, for an already existing Web2 website, how can is it possible to actually transition it to a Web3 without actually starting from scratch? Is it possible?
Yeah, 100% possible. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like for example, we've talked a lot about e-commerce websites. So I guess in that type of example, where do you start? Like for example, Tanzawapi.
So maybe we can use an example. What example do you want us to use? E-commerce.
Yes.
Okay. So in the e-commerce aspect, you already know why you have the website. Never forget the core reason you came up with your website. In this kind of maybe fashion where you are sitting. Okay, your website is for sale. Okay, so when you want to go into the Web3 space, what I would advise you to do is, you clone your repo. You clone your repository where you have the code. Then, if you don't know how to implement the web3.js package, get someone to do the script for you. Okay. Then integrate it, test it, Gitpod. You can test it on Gitpod. Make sure it's working. Make sure it's working before you give it to the market. So the script is what will enable. So back to the button I was talking about, connect wallet. Okay, let me see if I can share my screen very quick. So on a Web3 website, there is usually the wallet, the button to authenticate. Okay. Just a moment. Alright, so I believe everyone can see my screen. So on your website, this is what top right, you'll see something called Connect Wallet. This is what you will implement on your current Web2 website. Okay, so this authentication is what you do with the Web3.js, and what it enables you to do is to call the APIs for the wallet that you have, so that you are able to bring the cryptocurrencies in. Okay, this might not be an e-commerce website, but it demonstrates the authentication. So I have the option for MetaMask, an injected wallet, Binance. Wallet Connect is for, actually this is what every developer would use if you don't have access to the other APIs. So this is just any wallet with a QR code you can scan and connect. Okay. So for example, if I have the wallet on my phone, I just scan the QR here, then I can use the wallet on my phone on this website. Okay. So that's also that authentication power. You can authenticate and use it aside from where it is. Okay. Right. So in this case, I'll use MetaMask. So once I click, the smart contract is initiated. This is not something you need to implement by yourself. This is something that comes with the package. Once you're successful in implementing the authentication, this is what it comes with. Okay. Hope I remember the password. Perfect. So, and now I'm logged into PancakeSwap, a Web3 website with my wallet, right? So I can come and manipulate or work with the product. Here I can swap, my Bitcoin to USDT to Ethereum. There are packages for farming where you give your money, then the annual percentage return, things like those. Then once I'm done, I leave with my details, I leave my investment there. Once I log in again, everything authenticates. So let's now go to e-commerce kind of website, for NFTs. So that now you see maybe an extra step that you need to go in terms of now the whole Web3 experience in terms of commerce. It won't be the authentication part only. You need to have ways people can come and spend their cryptos, the ones in the wallet. they come and spend it on your thing is almost offline until I am making a transaction or I am using now the blockchain. I am activating something in the blockchain. Okay. So let's say I want to buy this shard, a common NFT, and I put it in my card. So I'll have to complete purchase. So it takes me back to the authentication. Okay, so I put in my MetaMask. So there's this smart contract that pops up, and it will basically be telling me what I am authenticating to. Okay. So they want to see the address, the account balance, the activity, and suggest transactions for proof. Okay. So maybe just for security purposes, you want to look at things like initiate multiple transactions. You don't want to sign smart contracts that say something like that. You don't want to sign something that says you want to send transactions from your wallet. Those are some of the things you want to look at. Then this is the signature request. So this is now where I am activating the blockchain. Okay. So all these things probably, if you are talking about development, all these will be coming with the Web3 JS package. Okay. So for example, you might have a different message here. Okay. But already you can see my wallet address and the non. These are the authentication identity. So it is hashed, it is cryptographed. The way they say that the encryption technology is very high. So all these are representing an identity that somebody else doesn't have. It is still encrypted through cryptographic means, and by the time I am signing the smart contract, the information going through is my information, but in a very, very different way that it cannot first of all be changed. Okay, it is encrypted so many times that if you change the end message of it, it will collide with every other encryption that has been done before that. Okay, and that's what makes the blockchain ecosystem very, very good. Okay, so I've been told by another smart contract that I need to switch the network. Probably your website allows Bitcoin purchases only. In this sense, I've been told currently I'm on the Arbitrum One network. I've been suggested to get on Polygon so that I'm able to interact. So that tells me that OpenSea is built on the Polygon blockchain. Okay. And now we will expound further into what that means and why you are told that you need the coin for that blockchain to transact on that blockchain. Okay. So back to our conversation on the e-commerce. This is where you need someone for token economics. You need someone who will be good enough to take this data and convert it into meaningful metrics, which I know which you need always in e-commerce. You always need to know what's going on, what the customer needs, what is in the market, and that is where this person comes. So I'm being told I'll spend a certain amount if I want to, buy this item. And once I confirm, I don't have the amount now, but if I confirm, then the item will come to my wallet. And remember what we say the wallet is. The wallet is an instance on the blockchain. It is my access to the blockchain. So these items will be signed under my details, under my address, under my identity on the blockchain. Now with that, I only can access them. Okay. So having understood that, either now coming back to the e-commerce, you either need to sell something which is digital, or you need to tokenize the actual thing with something else, so that I am able now to come and redeem it. Okay. For example, if this was the same way we buy airtime, ukishanunua hiyo Safaricom airtime ya 50, even if I scratch it na ni mimi niko nayo, I'm the only one who can redeem it. So the same way for e-commerce, you need to maybe think around how to bridge the smart contract aspect with the real world product. And it could be the whole thing, or your website simply can accept payment things in Bitcoin or these other things. But if you want to fully go into a Web3 based website, you have to understand that the freedoms of the Web3 ecosystem needs to be given to the people. Complete custody over their data and everything. You are not taking any password. So far we have not given any password on this website, and we already buy, right? So all these the security of their funds, the security of the identity, there's that anonymity. Nobody knows who I am. So those are some of the maybe protocols you need to look at. Don't go fully into the website. And just to wrap this up, I think this is one of the areas we are falling short. If you are a developer and you want to get into this space, I would say please just start tomorrow or now, or I don't know, just start, because it is so green, so new. Nobody has come up with a groundbreaking solution yet. So just if you have the capacity, the resources, come on board with Python, with the language that you understand, and most of these platforms that are coming up on Ethereum, right? Let me finish with this so that I don't talk a lot. Some of these platforms that are building on Ethereum, buzzwords like L1, L2, L0, this is layer 1. What they mean is layer 1, layer 2. They are adding layers on the blockchain. Okay, so the Ethereum ecosystem is supposed to work like this, but we are building something on top of it that works like this, but obeys every other protocol that Ethereum requires. Okay, so you share the same security protocol, you share the same speed, smart contract settlement, and all that. All these platforms are coming to improve the ecosystem around e-commerce. Okay, and what I was going to say is there's a lot of incentivization, and part of it is free code. Okay, to a large extent open source code, to a large extent mentorship, to a large extent even giving you funds. If you go to ecosystems like Arbitrum, there's a launchpad, and launchpad is where you see the first Web3 platforms for that blockchain, for example. So Ethereum can have a launch pad where they launch Ethereum, app, decentralized application, like for example, Bitcoin. So on this, getting to this launch pad, you are always given a lot of money, a lot of support, a lot of incentives so that you can build. So if you're a developer here, this is almost free school, you know, because if you go to Linear, for example, these things you can just check the place. If you go to a protocol like Linear protocol, you'll find that they are giving you all the support you need. If you can just prove you can launch something on Linear protocol, okay? And these guys sometimes are giving you cryptos, and they'll invest in your program or your software in terms of dollars, in terms of roadmap. They'll invest in something specific in the roadmap. And you could be looking at something to do with 100 million, 500 million, or 1 billion project. And you find someone because you are able to demonstrate that you are able to capture a market in Africa, a market in your ecosystem, and translate that into an idea on their platform. They won't support you for eternity, if I might say that. Yeah. So let me wrap it up at that. So if you're a developer, please stop waiting. Start tomorrow. Truffle, Red Hat, Remix, .s, Ethereum. Yeah, start there and let's move forward. Thank you.
Okay, so I think Cindy, you have your hand up.
Yes, I do. Okay, I'm very non-technical, so you can bear with me. So in regards to okay, thank you first for the reply to the question I had given before. But now I'm trying to understand how this blockchain and easy smart contracts actually work. So when a website, as you had said, it's possible to transition. So first of all, do you have examples of companies or companies that have already adopted this technology in the country currently, so that at least maybe personally I can maybe go through the website itself and at least get to understand a bit more of that. And also, now my second question in regards to now the adoption bit, when you've transitioned, like what you just said, most of this blockchain is adopted by the e-commerce type of website, So if I'm understanding you correctly, this e-commerce website, for example, that maybe we can give an example, like if it's Jumia, like this new user who has come to interact with this website, currently they have this authentication on email, names, blah blah blah, all that. So this blockchain and this smart contract thing is changing all this into just authentication using your wallet that has this whole unique type of security, and this crypto. Please help me understand.
Okay. I did not get the last part quite clearly about the security.
Okay.
Yeah, come back again, please.
Okay, so my second question was, I'm trying to piece up all these with the current e-commerce websites that we have in terms of transition. So, for example, if we have this Jumia that we all know, it has currently authentication using the email and password. Yeah, if I remember correctly. Now, when we talk about blockchain, this blockchain and smart contracts and all that, it has authentication with this wallet, connecting to wallet authentication. Yeah, it doesn't have your name anywhere, it doesn't have your email anywhere, the password nowhere. So it's a whole new thing and a whole new way of security where like your identity is secure and your funds per se are secure, as you had said. So like when you're transitioning from this whole bit that we've been using for name, email, password to this new phase of connecting to wallet and your identity is hidden, when you're actually making a purchase on an e-commerce website, is that the whole concept I've understood correctly, or there's something maybe can help me understand with that?
Okay, so let me start with that second question.
Okay.
I'd like to say that the Web3 economy is also different from the Web2 economy. Okay, and when you look at business, I've been an entrepreneur for quite some time now, close to 4 years. When you look at businesses have needs. Okay, and the needs of the business will always be paramount to any other thing. You might be thinking maybe the business wants more stock, but for you want to expand. You can find that in such situations you will always lean to what the business needs instead of what you need. So and deeper into that, I don't want to be a bearer of negative news, but some businesses would not actually really fit in the Web3 space. And the reason I'm saying this is, in the Web3 space, it's a digital economy. Actually, that's the word that everyone should use, And the basis of it is, where do you live? A virtual world. What do you have in the virtual world? You are spending cryptocurrency. What are you buying? You are buying NFTs. That's the only way they exist on the blockchain. Ownership, the ownership part. If it's a house, that's an NFT. If it's a car, it's an NFT. And that is the the world that is being created right now, the digital world. So will some businesses be able to make their customers adapt the same way they have adopted in the current Web2? I am not certain about that, because some businesses rely on convenience and the level of personal information going out. People don't really care about that aspect of it. It's convenience, and if something is convenient, I'm okay with anything that comes that way. So I would advise, that's why I was saying, if you want to transit, please make sure you have cloned your report, okay, so that you're able to to see if it's something the business needs per se, or something that it would be for something else. Okay, and I would advise, when you get such insight, you'd be able to see the customer base that you have, looking at people with cryptocurrencies, and the data you have from your customers. How would that, are they relatable in any way? And if you find any relationship between your customer base and cryptocurrency, you can bring in something simple as payment. You know, you can say, I will only attract I will only attract people with cryptocurrencies, but not exactly the people in the Web3 space. Okay, and that would be a business inside that could lead to you saying, now I have adopted this technology. So if I come to your e-commerce website, I shop normally, conveniently as I used to before, and when it gets to the payment part, I already have my MetaMask wallet with me, and your website is able to ask me to, is able to give me that address where I'm supposed to, cash in some amount. Then on your end, you confirm the amount as usual. How you do it when they use the pay bill, or when they do the card or wire transfer. So the system would run almost as seamlessly, but you have attracted that person with cryptocurrency. And the reason why I'm putting you into this angle of the entrepreneur aspect of it is, what I've come to understand with business and new tech, because I've been in cryptos for since 2016. That's when I started touching cryptos. I mining Bitcoin. I got into my first scam. I stayed into the scam for 3 years. Used to get good money, but that's when we wanted to make big steps into it. That's when they scammed us. They went to the money, and after that, that's when I was able to expand my knowledge in Web3. That time I was doing peer-to-peer marketing. Nanunua crypto USA, naziuza Kenya, naziuza Nigeria, naziuza South Africa. Looking at the prices where you can get an extra 100 bob per $10. And this was the path that we have been taught for. When it comes to something you hear about crypto diggers, the very first people into crypto didn't really understand what it was about. But diggers stand for degenerate. I think crypto is something almost positive, and we got into the space without knowledge. We did what we did, and those are some of the things that led to us becoming maybe the pioneers in the space. Okay, so if you look at entrepreneurship and your business, consider the convenience, or how exactly you have built your customer or your customer base before adopting the crypto ecosystem. If you are able to tokenize your items, there's a solution I would like to share from Amazon. So Amazon, what they are doing is they want to solve the storage issue. So if I'm a freelancer in Kenya and I want to buy things through Amazon from wherever, I'll have to ship them into the country and store them somewhere until your stock ishe, ama until ile stock iko kwa duka imeisha, I add the stock, right? So Amazon sees this as a problem, I think, because of their fast network and fast expansion throughout, especially the US. So what they are doing is they are tokenizing their order. Okay, so you buy something, but you won't like have to ship it. What you get is the smart contract, for instance. Okay, so once I buy this something, I'm given something digital which I only have, which nobody else can access, which has been cryptographically secured and encrypted. and I keep it until I sell this product. Okay, so Mimi as a retailer, I have this smart contract for let me call it for whistles. I bought whistles from China. Didn't bought 1,000 whistles, so I have 1,000 smart contracts. So this is what I transfer to my customers. And once I transfer this to my customers, they now claim it from Amazon. So instead of Amazon shipping it to me, then me shipping it to my customers, Amazon will ship the goods directly to the last consumer. Okay. So the use cases might be very different. They might be, something very new because of the economy aspect of Web3 and the level of interaction that is there when we are looking at e-commerce. Another example I've seen is people are using the crypto or the blockchain technology to track the path of goods. For example, you are saying this laptop second hand is MQK. How will I know this is MQK? So it's solutions that are a bit different. So in that sense, I would get the smart contract or how it is put on the blockchain. However, they have put it on the blockchain. It could be a smart contract. It could be on the website. The user interface could be somewhere. I just go and key in the laptop. Core i5, L3 yoga ThinkPad, and I can see all the people who have owned this laptop. And those are some of the solutions. I don't know if they can speak as direct as how we would think a Jumia would operate on the Web3. And that's why I was advising, for me, I think a Jumia would better have a crypto payment system, integrate APIs. I have people who can help you do that. If you want to test that space, a Jumia would integrate the APIs, see if they have the customers who have crypto, and start improving the user experience around that. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Karanja.
Yes, I wanted to ask. I'm a complete novice of this blockchain, be it Web2, Web3, Web4, if there's anything like that. But I've heard from the webinars, conferences I've attended, I've heard of Web3, blockchain, and cryptocurrency, and also what is it called? Smart contracts. Are they the same? How can you differentiate all of them?
So let me start by saying these are all they are all the same ecosystem, like it's built on each other. Okay, so when I talk about Web3, that is now the name. Web3 is the name for the next generation of the web. So the first generation was static pages. I could write my blog and somebody's unmute, please mute. Okay. So the previous version of the web was static website. So it was just information. You Google something, you get something written in HTML, CSS. Okay? But now Web2 now brought another level of interaction where now things like the banking system, right? So the banking system is a system by Visa and MasterCard. Okay, and on top of that system, we have been able to build economy that is created around that. So the Web3 now is built on the blockchain. Okay, same way we have given the example of Mastercard and Visa having built, that system around that. Everything on the Web3 is built on the blockchain. Okay, leveraging blockchain capability. So, what are the capabilities of blockchain? High security. You can use cryptocurrencies while on the blockchain for incentivization, and the other many capabilities. So, what is a smart contract? A smart contract is what you initiate whenever you are interacting with the blockchain. Okay. So what is the core meaning of a smart contract? A smart contract is an agreement, a self-executing agreement, and in this agreement, maybe you would think of it as as low as the way I agree with my friend here, or when I want to call someone and make an agreement with them. No, this is coded agreement. Once you initiate the smart contract, it must run to fulfillment. You can't stop it. So whenever some requirements are met, the smart contract executes them. And that is a smart contract. I know I don't get into complexity of smart contracts, but they are just know they are self-executing agreements initiated on the blockchain. You can come up with that.
I want to come back again to that smart contract. So smart contract is it basically is it something that you code? Is it something that you sign? I still don't get it.
Okay, so from a developer perspective, it's something you code, definitely you code. And back to what we shared before about building smart contracts, we said they are only found on the Ethereum network. Okay, so the Ethereum network has the protocol called the ERC20, or we can just go to ERC, and that is the protocol that is used for building on top of Ethereum. So when you sign the smart contract as a user, that's how you agree to the smart contract. But what is the agreement? As I was interacting with the OpenSea, the NFT website, so we could see what they want to see. They want to see my address. They want to see my and the other few details that were there. So this is an agreement. It doesn't have to mean that it's only when I'm transacting. It's every instance, it's every click you do. You like a picture on Instagram, it goes to the database that you have liked, and this person sees you have liked, and their number of likes increases by 1. So that's a code. That code is written in the code once you hit the click. So in this other side, this is an agreement, right? So whenever I initiate this is what happens. They have to tell me, and I have to agree to it. And smart contracts are in so many forms in the Web3 space. Think of it as every time you are clicking, what are you doing? That agreement that you have decided to click is what would be a smart contract, is what would be an automatic or a self-executing agreement on the blockchain. Okay, I don't know if I'm capturing you well.
understand now.
Okay, okay. So let me say something. Let me expand on that a little bit. You actually don't need to worry about the smart contract when it comes to, you know, when the adoption comes to where we want it to be. So why am I saying this? Whenever you are using your normal app, you usually think of the security concerns. You usually think of, someone might be seeing my password as I tap, they are seeing on their screen. And that is the trust level that you have with your the current ecosystem you are using. You are so comfortable with it. You are able to take a photo of yourself and upload it on that platform, right? And most of us have done something like that. And audio, we are on TikTok dancing, we are on we are swiping our bank cards in clubs, we are using NFCs, everywhere. This is a trust ecosystem, and we are only comfortable because we are able to to trust it. The other day I was talking to someone, and we were just discussing how you would feel if you lost money, or you went into your bank app, your Equity or KCB or Stanbic, then you find 100,000 is not there. Like kuna 100k haiko kwa hii account, versus me going, I had money in a startup. Let me use my friend, let's say yellow card app, or just any other app which is a startup, but they're offering the same service. Then I find the 100k is gone. What would be the reaction if I call the customer service and they tell me wait for 5 days? And we would clearly see how, in a startup situation, I would be so scared, the anxiety would be up the roof. But with KCB, they tell me, both what 3 days or 72 hours, tumesuluhisha hii mambo, or it's Jubilee Insurance or some other company, Yellow Card, I got it on Play Store, Kisapay, or my friends at Pay, or even my own startup. The anxiety would be quite different. The customer maybe would be like, hey, here's in Goja, I can't wait for 5 days. I need my money now. Where are you guys? Where is your address? Where is your location? And that is that. Coming back now to the trust level. And we always say in business that culture will always be ahead of tech. That's why maybe Web3 is not being adopted in Africa as fast as in first world countries. It's because of the culture. It's because of how it has been sold to us so far. And if that changes, then the adoption will come, and everything else will come. So as we build the ecosystem, let's also remember that the solutions will not be the same. They won't be as similar to the solutions we have now. Okay? So yeah, let's keep that in mind.
Okay, because we are running out of time, anyone with any question before we conclude the session? But before we conclude the session, as I've said, I'm running a campaign for women in tech. I want to know what women do, why women at some point fail, why at some point we lose women in tech. We want also to incubate a lot of women in tech. So I'm running a campaign. If you are a woman in this group, you can kindly fill out that survey. We know where you are, what you want, or maybe the problems that you are facing, and it's purely for women in tech. Before we conclude, CD, do you have any question before we conclude?
Yes, it's a question to you, Evans.
Yeah.
There's a link that you just shared there for machine learning. Could you maybe speak about?
Okay. Last week or the last two sessions, not last week, but the last two sessions that we have been having over the weekend, we have been learning about machine learning and AI. So we came with the conclusion that we want to create a course specifically tailored for our community, a cheap course. For that case, we cover everything to do with machine learning. We have a mentor still that will be guiding you through the course. So in case you are interested, you can just join that waiting list. Once we launch it, then we give you with the 50% offer for that machine learning course. It will be cheap. We are going to give it for the first 50 people. We are going to give it with 50% off.
Yeah, Evan, there's something I'm seeing on the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I feel I should have. I think I skipped it.
Okay,
So
you can go.
I think Cindy had also asked about example of startup that adopted Web3 and crypto. And I already see Investor Farm on the chat. So Investor Farm is one of them. And if it's in terms of just payments, the list is endless. If we are talking about crypto, accepting crypto payments, I think as deep as Roy Sambu, there's someone selling gas for cryptocurrency, you know. But in terms of the whole business adopting, on top of that, I know there's Chama. There's a startup called Chama where you go and invest pamoja, it's smart contracts behind the scenes. Then once you know that delegated time is inaendelea tu kama chama ya kawaida. So if I could respond on that a little bit, that is how you build smart contracts. What you want people to agree on is what you code, right? Okay. The list is quite big, so those are some of the examples. You know, you can start by just following Investor Farm, then it will open you up to more businesses, especially on LinkedIn. All right.
Okay, Munene, we have one last question on the chat. You can check it. How safe is my coins?
Okay, how safe is my coins and how do I change from cash coins or cash to coins? Then, okay. How safe is my coins? Your coins are only as safe as you are keeping them safe. So in the Web3, if you want to go in the fully decentralized way, that way you will have your keys to accessing to the blockchain. You know, you are the one protecting your investments. You are the one protecting your you know, crypto or your NFTs or your tokens in whatever sense. So if you store the keys on a laptop, public laptop where you go and use public Wi-Fi and all this, you might be what, infiltrated by cybersecurity. I don't know, because what I realized with cybersecurity is these guys are usually not looking for money. They are looking for that vulnerability. Okay, so if you understand that, you see that hackers have sent all these agents outside into the internet. The internet is fully, I would say, fully rigged with things that are collecting your information in different ways. Okay, so I wouldn't advise you to store it or on a computer, on phone, where you go into public networks, I would advise you to write it down. And I was giving my friends an example about this referencing to the wheel. So why do our old men write they write the wheel, yet the shamba is there physically? You can just go and tell me here to here it's you, here to here it's you. But there's that power that comes with that kind of uh, passing it on down. Okay, so for your kids, same way, this is like your will, right? You keep it away from everyone. You don't read it out to anyone. You don't trust anyone with it. It is yours, and it will be revealed, probably once you go into the next life. So that's how I take my kids. That's the only way they can be secure. And the keys is the coins. Secure, secure keys, secure coins. Coins are on the blockchain, and the keys are your access to that instance, the blockchain instance. Okay. So then, how do I change from cash to coin? Sadly, right now you have to go through a centralized exchange before you come to decentralized exchanges. Okay. So on platforms where there is something called peer-to-peer trading. So peer-to-peer trading is on platforms like Binance. So if you can get on Binance.com, then from there create an account. It's gonna take you more than 24 hours to get approved. So it's not something you can do immediately. Then from there you can go and buy with M-Pesa, right? Same way you can go on paxful.com and buy with M-Pesa or card. Then once you get that money there, you transfer it into your decentralized wallet. So that could be your MetaMask wallet, that could be your Pontem wallet, Kia wallet, Sweat wallet. Could be any wallet that you want to try integrate it into your Web3 ecosystem. But I would advise you going towards MetaMask because it is widely accepted in most websites. You won't find yourself, missing out on some websites because you don't have that wallet that they want, the authentication that they want. Sure. So then from there you can be able to invest in a very, very different and new products, especially in DeFi, especially in non-fungible tokens. This is NFTs. You can invest in metaverses, slowly and slowly. Then, as you get into the ecosystem even better. These things might be a bit complicated, but I think the first step is just to start. Just to start. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Munene. Thank you, everyone. And I think this blockchain and Web3 topic is a very huge topic. Maybe if Munene allows us, if Munene is available, maybe we create another time. Maybe now we get in deeper into this. But we'll talk with Munene, then we plan for that. Let's clap. Let's have a clap if we enjoyed the session. Okay.
Thank you. I think it would have been better to wave.
Wow, thank you, everyone. Okay, anyone with anything, or maybe they would like maybe next week we come up with something else, or maybe they are interested to share any interesting topic that you think it's nice for us to share. So next week, anyone with anything they would like to present, so that we plan and we organize for you. As I've said, all the sessions are interactive, they are open. Anyone can contribute, anyone can be the guest. If anyone has anything, or you have a friend who would like to their friend to share something with us, then the session are open. You can just text me, we can plan for that, or you can also share here on the chat. So another thing, maybe if you have a topic you'd like us to cover next week, you can still suggest. If you have a topic you'd like us to cover next week, you can suggest so that we prepare on time. Anyone with anything that they would like us to discuss for next week? Yes, Joel.
Maybe one very last question, not really a question, but is there any platform where we can learn these things, this Web3 and blockchain? For example, I've found one called ICP blockchain. Is it the right path?
Yeah, and okay. So I've just shared my LinkedIn on the chat. If someone was looking for that. So ICP is a good place to start, but if you want a course, I would advise you go to Emago Academy or Cardano Foundation. This is the third blockchain. Actually, Cardano is the third blockchain when you are talking about adoption and penetration, interoperability. That is the ability to integrate with other blockchains to make things easier for the ecosystem. So Cardano is very well positioned, and right now they are in Africa. They have a whole wing dedicated to Africa, from the foundation itself. So called Imago Africa now. Actually, they are good partners of us at Powerland Project. I see someone asking Cardano, what is Cardano Foundation? Actually, they have an ongoing free course, so you can just open it and get certified. It's gonna take you around 3 or 2 months. Okay, so back to our conversation. I think those are some of the best places you can start, and the reason being they have an ecosystem. They already have a crypto. They already have that wing dedicated to spreading the word in Africa specifically. So I'm not saying ICP is nowhere any good. So platforms like ICP, I know they have a very vibrant community, and what ICP basically is an Ethereum. Is what Ethereum is doing. Ethereum is building a computer where for the world, where everything is on that computer, and ICP is building ICP stands for Internet Computer. So ICP is building a computer on the network, on the internet, and very, very promising because of AI. AI is being able to communicate with each other and all that. I think the future towards that is very, very bright for ICP. But as a developer, you would want to use that platform more as more of to try out the new things, to get the community, to get your creativity sparking. But if you want to get the basics, the concepts, understand Web3 architecture, understand token economics, understand NFTs, understand why there is Bitcoin and why there is Ethereum, I think you need to start with a school like Emago Academy or the Cardano Foundation. I see the link on the chat. Thank you, Sala Wekesa. I see you have shared the link. I think that course is free for the whole year. I don't know when they are going to close. So start today. After this call, just open there, start learning about it. Is there another question? We don't want to lock anyone out. Okay, let me just close by saying one important thing I feel. One important thing I feel I have not talked about today. Okay, and it will be brief. So, very important to note is that the Web3 ecosystem is not here to replace the Web2 ecosystem. And I think that's a very common misconception among many groups and many societies. But the core reason for Web3 is to improve what we have in the Web2. And it is because of the ability of the blockchain that this will be possible. So marrying now the new technology, blockchain, artificial intelligence, quantum computing. If you marry those three, now you will see where the future is going exactly. So, and the future will not be too much reliant on maybe things like code and software development. It will be relying on aspects like problem solving. We'll be relying on things like critical thinking, emotional intelligence. You know, those are the things that are going to be in our future, the next 10 years. So when we see the Web3 ecosystem, let's not see it as we need to transport what we have in Web2 into Web3, but building that future. Building a future of full control and ownership of our data, full control and ownership of our investment. I was so scared the other day when I was told if I take a loan from the bank, they can adjust the interest upward, and there's nothing I can do about it. So such things in the Web3, this is something that cannot be possible because you have full control over your investment, over your such things. And if we think about it in this way, we will see how we are able to build things for the Web3 ecosystem that solve our problems. That solve the issues that we have currently in our country, Kenya, and Africa as well. We have floods. We always have floods. I don't know why. We always have drought. It could be food security. We have high taxes. Why do we have high taxes? So these are problems affecting everyone, and we have solutions in this tech, right? So that could be maybe what I want to leave you guys with. Let's think of this as futuristic. Let's think of this as what the future is about, and we need to be part of it. We need to shape our future. We need to be part of the people who made the future possible, right? So that it is in a way that we are able to get the best from that future. Thanks so much for having me. I hope we keep the conversation going. I've shared my LinkedIn. You can start there, then find me all over social media. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Munene. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, CD. Thank you, Solomon. Basically, thank you, everyone. Thank you, James. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And before we go, anything else that you'd like us to discuss next week? Come up with a topic. Just tell me what you want us to discuss next week, because I think this blockchain session was suggested in one of our meetings. So anyone would like us to have a topic next week, or maybe have a demo of something next week, you can just type on the chat. Yes, Joy.
I saw you